right, thank you. Thank you everyone for coming again. Um, so, a quick raise of hands. Who in here would say that they are stressed right now? Everyone, right? I know that I definitely am. And letting yourself be stressed is not good. And although we don't know exactly how much stress contributes to heart disease, the number one killer of Americans, research suggests that stress can increase your risk of getting heart disease. We do know, however, that stress highly increases your risk of stroke as well. And as a child of a stroke survivor, avoiding stress and relieving stress is something that interests me greatly. So, my greatest stress relief has come from playing video games. It seems counterintuitive, but games that put you into stressful situations can actually reduce stress. According to a study at Texas A&M, people who play violent video games seem to be able to adopt mental skills to handle stress, become less depressed, and get less hostile during stressful tasks. If this is true, then everyone who is in danger of being stressed out, or everyone in general, ought to consider playing video games. I'm going to tell you why you should play some type of video game to relieve your stress. Are video games all good, though? A lot of research is being done on the effects of video games, and while more research needs to be done, most research is positive. A lot of concern has been shown about the effects violent games have on our ability to feel empathy. Researchers in Germany have recently found there is no blunting of gamers' ability to feel empathy. This means that even though we are being subjected to violence, it does not make us sociopathic. Aside from stress relieving, video games can help kids do better in school. The American Psychological Association has said that play actually may strengthen a range of cognitive skills such as spatial navigation, reasoning, memory, and perception, according to several studies. The association suggests that we should not ignore the possibility of addiction and laziness, but remember both sides of the argument. It has been suggested by James Gee, a professor at University of Wisconsin, Madison, that we implement some of the learning techniques in games into our schools. Games seem to easily hold our attention while giving us increasingly more difficult tasks that we need to solve. No matter what game it is, we need to learn its rules and apply them. We are also encouraged to take risks because failure only means that we go back to the last save point. Students would be helped if they applied these things in school. For now, we must appropriately use the games the way that we have them. So how do we avoid being lazy while relieving stress? We often hear about moderation in all things. I believe that this is important when it comes to video games. As much as I love video games and have seen the way that they help me relieve stress, it is important to avoid excess. There are so many games and apps that you can take with you everywhere now that it is easy to become addicted. Many people who have used other things to relieve their stress, such as alcohol and smoking, obviously haven't benefited from those things. But the research that has been done into video games, we can't ignore the benefits of the stress release that it gives. Dr. Christopher Ferguson, who conducted the research at Texas A&M, has even suggested that violent video games can be used as a form of therapy. I know for a lot of people that I have encountered personally, it is one of the few ways they actually have social interaction. Many people believe that video games keep us from being social, but for a lot of people who find it hard to make friends in real life, with the new multiplayer aspects of most video games, they're able to meet and make friends with people online all across the world. The great thing about video games in today's world is that anyone can play. While the stereotype is a teenage boy sitting in his house all day playing video games, research has shown that today 45% of gamers are female. Even my mom now every night plays games on her iPad, and while they're very different than the games that I play, the puzzle games, just the same as they do for me, help relieve her stress and help her wind down at the end of the day. And so, in today's world, everyone can play video games and relieve their stress. And so while we're getting stressed at work, let's have fun at home. Thank you.